Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and on today's episode we're just going to be looking at a general look over the 350 and also of the Nano tank. In the past videos we've been looking, at unboxings and also, reviews on things, so I decided today we were just going to look at the tank, a few of the additions that I've added to the tank as well, and also just a basic overview of the corals and the coral health of the tank really. So heading straight into it, over the past week or so I've added a net, as you can see. I'll give you a closer up view of that in a bit, but it was a bit of a nightmare to set up. All the cuttings, because I've got obviously the 3 lights, I had to cut around that, and then obviously the wave maker cables, I had to trim around that as well. So it was a bit of a mess, bit of a nightmare at first, but it took about 3-4 hours to do both of them. So yeah, it was a pretty long haul, but I added that. And also you'll probably be able to see this light bar here. If you look back on a few of my previous videos, I was mentioning that I was thinking of getting a hybrid system, basically running T5s along with the LEDs. There were really good reviews about it, so I thought, maybe I might give that a go. But after speaking to a few people, they were saying, why would I, spend so much money on just that when the T5, when the LEDs will do just as good. And basically my main worry was I wasn't getting enough light at the fronts of the tank. So a fellow reefer said to me, why don't you go for the Orphex? And that is what I've gone for. I've gone for an Orphex OR3 Blue Plus. Basically to just get more light in the corners and along the front of the tank. That was my main issue. I don't really have tons of corals at the back, so there will be no reason to run quite like high lighting at the back anyway, other than the Monty Porters that are stuck to the back of the wall. So yeah, I went with the OR3. And I can honestly say, guys, it's an absolute fantastic piece of kit. Didn't really know how to hang it. I didn't really want to hang it from the ceiling, but I manufactured something along with a friend of mine, and we managed to sort it and put it on the thing. But like I said, I'll just show you close up in a minute. And the light spectrum from what I'm getting off it now, and the par readings according to the Senai meter that I've tested with it. Originally I was only getting around 60 par in the corners of the tank, and on the front, on the main, maybe about 100, 90 out of 100 on the front. Now adding this bar, I'm only running it from 9:30 to 3:30, so 6 hours, running it in the morning, and I'm getting around 140, 150 par in the corners now, and around 200 plus on the front. So that's for me, that is fantastic. I can't argue, I can't fault them. They did a great bit of kit, and it just gives that little bit of added light to the front and for the coral. And I've definitely seen a noticeable change in the colour. They've only been up the past week or so, but you definitely can see on the corals, and I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, so far so good with them. I've also added a net covering to the Nano as well, so I've been pretty busy. And yeah, really happy with the way they are. So what I'll do is I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you the tank, and then I'll show you the Nano tank as well. So heading straight over into it. As you can see, there's the netting. The netting is really good, but it was a nightmare cutting all around these corners. Obviously this one, and then this. So it was a bit of a nightmare, but we got there. We got there in the end. I added this as well. This is just a little feeding cut out. Basically, this is from the D&D range. Redsea do one, but they didn't have any in stock, so I just added that to it. And it's so simple. You don't have to lift this up. You can just take this and drop the food in there, and it's as easy as it comes. So you don't even really need to take the actual netting off. And here's the light. As you can see, I've put a lot of pressure. This is the cable, and I've basically fed it through the gap on the Hydra 26. Now it is a bit, I thought it's a fairly bit of a heavy piece of kit, to be truthful, considering it's only a 3 foot. But I decided to hang it like that, And basically this is just a makeshift pole, one of those scraper poles that I had spare. I snapped it and I basically just fed it underneath. So this is on top, and then I fed it underneath this part here just to basically hold it up, and it seems to do the trick. So I'm really happy with that. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll put the orange filter on, and I'll show you the tank overall. So stay tuned, guys. And guys, we're back. So yeah, like I was saying just before, I did the net and the lights. But the lights are really good, giving out really good spectrum underneath. I only run them, like I said, 6 hours a day, and it seems to do the trick. But over in these corners here, you're getting, like I said before, you're getting over the 120, and then in the center you're looking at like getting 200 plus. So yeah, really happy. Clam, this I don't even know what it is. It's growing like mad. Started off with a few eyes and now it's got maybe 10, 15 eyes on it. It's just growing huge. This chalice is looking stunning as well. But overall, guys, the whole tank looks really good. Especially with adding that light onto it. The A-cans that wasn't doing very good, that were all flat, now they've all beginning to puff up, and they're actually beginning to settle in here now, which is a good thing. This candy cane here started, it was one head, and now it's got 3 mouths, so I think that's going to split very soon. But overall, the rest of the corals, this Stylopora and then this green one, is absolutely growing like weeds. When I really say it's growing like weeds, guys, it's just growing so fast. Especially this green one. I'm forever cutting it, trimming it down, but I really just want to let it grow out now and just basically fill that whole section there. The plate, the purple plate, is starting to fuse onto the back wall now, as well as the red one. And there's a tiny little bit of green just come out on that one. Now, there was no green on it, it started to basically dull out. And now the green started to come back, so hopefully we'll get a bit of green and red there. But 9 times out of 10, the red one usually seems to take a lot better. And then we have the barley green slimer that's doing really well, and then I put a piece of Hirasuta just on that back wall. And basically what I want to do, guys, is I just want to let it grow. Basically we want to cover the wall and then cover that wall, and then think of maybe putting another rock scape here. A friend says, why don't I get a piece of rock, just come out over here. Then you've got your Euphilia island, which is here, and then basically what I can do is bring another piece of rock up and have SPS on that as well, which I think is a really good idea, because then you're going to have SPS there, you'll have SPS there, and then a piece of SPS over that side. So I need to take this rock piece out here, this one here, take that out, and then just build a rock structure that's just basically going in line with them. And then if it stays, hopefully then, excuse me, hopefully then we'll have 3 pieces of like SPS mounting type things. This Millipora is absolutely flourishing. All white tips, see all this is all new growth, all the white tips on it. Absolutely incredible the way that's growing. Really happy. So yeah, that one, moved it from the back when it was at the back, and it's just flourishing on top of there. I don't know why I didn't do it in the first place, but it's like everything in this hobby, guys. You just got to experiment. You've got to, you know, place corals where you think they'll be. Sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't. And yeah, that's all you got to do. Same with these candy canes. They started sulking when I fragged them, and now, as you can see, they're flourishing. More and more heads coming up on it. This little hammer and frog spawn island is looking really good. The clams are always growing really fast, especially that Maxima clam. But this one, the Durasa, is just growing like mad. Really happy. All the Montiporas here, they're all looking really good, colouring up really nicely. The bounce mushroom sulking a little bit. I think he's actually beginning to split, to be truthful. This section here, just there, it's been like that for the past couple of days. So I'm thinking, is it ready to, like, is he trying to split or not? I don't know. Don't know if any of you guys might know, but be interesting to find out. This little mushroom at the back, always think, and this one here, which I got as a jawbreaker, which isn't a jawbreaker, that's for sure, has got 3 new little mushrooms on it. That's broke off. I don't know what it is. The slime, bit of a slime coat on this. I've just fed the corals some Reef Feast, so they're probably just sliming up. The Euphilia, always looking really nice. Really happy with these. The Holy Grail is coming on leaps and bounds. This purple one, I know I keep saying it, it should start flagging. It's got about 5-6 heads on this, but I'll just leave them to grow. And the green one at the back, as you can see, is all splitting as well. The Indo is growing really good. The Duncans, again, more and more heads, which is a good sign. Loads of babies growing out on them. If you can remember, maybe 3 months ago, 2 months ago, I cut one of them completely down, and I was a bit shocked because I didn't really want to cut it that much. But yeah, all grown back. As for the fish are all looking well. The yellow tang, this tang that I've desperate to get out, but just can never get him out. The clownfish have laid eggs on the back wall, as you can just see through that gap where the clownfish is going. They always lay eggs now. Basically, the moment the other ones hatch, they lay the eggs within about 3 or 4 days after. But yeah, this is the main display. Loads of growth, loads of colour, and especially since adding these lights, for me, it's been a bit of a game changer, so I'm really happy with that. So what I'll do is I'll just go into the kitchen and show you the Nano. And as you can see, I've added a new net onto the Nano tank as well. So looks pretty good, and hopefully I'm looking at getting another clownfish. I was gonna go, well, I did actually go, but they didn't have any of the singles. They were all pairs in the LFS. So he was due to get some this week. So I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get another clownfish for this guy, because it's not fair to have one in. But he's doing well. If I can see him, but as you can see, this tank's looking really good. The Duncans again are just growing more and more heads. If ever there's one coral that does really good in my tank, is Duncan corals. They just seem to just grow like weeds. All the candy canes at the back are all just growing new heads as well. And there's the little dude there, just on his own. Shame really, but we'll get him another friend. As for all the zoas, the old zoas are all coming well. Like I said, I've just fed the corals, so I like to feed them every so often, you know, just in the tank during the day, but they get the food at night time really, so that's why I only feed a little bit. But this clam is just growing massive, absolutely huge now. The anemone, he stayed there, he's not moved, so that's a good sign. And there's little Oscar, the blenny, has come out. He's probably looking for food. He's just been fed, but he's an absolute fat beast. He just eats everything. You know what I mean? He's not bothered. Comes out, and he's fairly laid back now. He was a bit skittish at first, but now he's beginning to come out. So, but over the time, guys, I think this little Nano reef type thing is looking really good. But I think I'm gonna get, maybe next year or the beginning or the end of the year, maybe look at upgrading this and getting like maybe what Jay's Real Reef's got, or Ross, you know, a slightly bigger one, more of like a like a Redsea Max Nano, or I might even buy the 170 again that I had originally, and basically get a bit higher structure and go all to town with it, to be truthful, because this is nice, but it's fairly low down, and is once all these corals begin to grow out, I know that I'm going to want a bigger tank, so we might as well look at maybe getting that. But the skimmer, this hanger back skimmer, is doing really good. The D&D controller, everything in this is just basic, but it's set up, and there's some of the mixos at the back, and also the a piece of that Hidesuiter, big piece of that Hidesuiter that I have that I've got. But yeah, overall this little nano tank has definitely turned out a lot better than what I originally anticipated. The Dragon Soul has got like 2 heads now, completely split into 2 heads. So obviously very little maintenance on this. You just clean the glass. I had the this trusty Alpha Reef from Tropic Marine. I basically had about 7 mil of that to this a day. It keeps the alkalinity around about 8.4, 8.5, and that seems to be the sweet spot for this tank. So yeah, really happy. The GSP is just growing like weeds, dead flower, dead colourful. Really, really nice. And yeah, overall, this tank looks pretty decent. What I am going to do also, guys, is I'm going to be doing an ICP test on this as well. Like I said to you before in past videos, I'm going to be doing one every maybe 4 months, just to basically keep on top of it and keep it monitored. And then hopefully the solutions that I'm adding the right amount. So I bought the lab test, the Triton lab test, the one that I went with last time as well. I did go for the Aquaforest one, as you guys can remember, and it came back that my iodine was super high, which I contested, but yeah, they said that it was correct. So I went for the Triton, and the Triton came back saying that it was bang in the middle and everything was fine. So I'm gonna send this off sometime this week. Might do it today or maybe tomorrow, and then hopefully we might have the results back for the weekend, so for the Friday night live stream. And that takes me right on to the Friday night live stream. This week it's going to be on the Bearded Reef channel, so definitely head over there to us and watch us. It's a great, we're doing really good with it, really enjoying it all. But all of us are really enjoying it. Myself, obviously the Bearded Reef, Jay's Real Reef and Fish Palace, and also on the Bearded Reefs this week there's going to be a giveaway of a Salifert test kit, so definitely go over there, check that out. And yeah, so just thought I'd show you the overview of the tank, a few of the things that I've done to it and added to the tank. So hopefully you guys liked it. Click the like and the subscribe, and yeah, don't forget to watch the next one. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.